Salut Étienne et bienvenue au corps pour aujourd'hui. Alors, on continue avec les examens. We're going to continue with assessment today. We want to do speaking assessment. I know what you're thinking, so we're at home, but you can still have a go at one of the speaking activities and also pushing and thinking about the year 10 exams whenever they will happen. The speaking exam is something we will definitely do with you. You get 3 tries at it, one at the end of year 10, we always do it in July anyway, one at Christmas time, and then the real deal. You also get a practice with me in Easter of year 11, and before that with Mr. Hume. So you get 5 practices at your exam. The one in year 10 is the big one, and what I'm going to do today for this lesson is not just do some module 4 revision, but we're going to be looking in depth at that picture card to make sure you're ready for it and to get the most. Last year with my top year 11s, favorite class ever, they got like amazing results. Remember, in my class everyone got an A apart from, disappointingly, everyone who got a 9, a whole class of 9s and 8s, just because they were so good at the picture card because we practiced it. I'm expecting the same from this year's year 10. That's how good you guys are going to be. But to get there, we need to work really hard on the most challenging aspect of the speaking exam, which is the picture card. But after today, you're going to be really confident on it. Let's have a look at it now. Alors, on y va. Donc, vous savez ce qu'il faut faire, s'il vous plaît, copier les dates et copier le titre du jour dans vos cahiers. Et pour le contrôle de post-it aujourd'hui, c'est un peu différente parce que j'ai choisi les mots importants, ou plutôt les phrases importantes pour le picture card. Alors donc, essayez de traduire les phrases ici. C'est bon pour la révision. Bon courage, on y va. Mettez-moi sur pause. When you're ready for the answers, restart me and I'll have a little look at them. Alors mes petits, right guys, let's see what you can do then. So I said it in the first slide, we're looking and we're doing a speaking exam activity today, but we're more looking at that picture card and it's going to be more general. Yes, we're looking at a module 4 picture card, but I want to teach you and show you how to do well on that picture card. In our top year 11 from last year's results, they did so well at this. A lot of them got full marks when it came to the picture card, and we know how to train you up to make sure you do really well on that, and that starts today. That revision comes today with how hard you're working. Now, part of what we're looking at is developing ideas when it comes to the picture card, which is where our contrôle de post-it comes in. How many of these did you get? You need to know all of them. So let's have a little look. Let's go through it. It was a way of. C'était une occasion de. So you can add this in with your speaking card. There will be a past tense question where you'll have to give your opinion. Say, I loved it. It was a way of relaxing. It was a way of forgetting my worries, etc. You know how all this goes. Numéro 2, it will be a chance to. Ce sera une occasion de. Now we know c'est une occasion de, but the picture card is going to invite us to talk in the past tense, in the future tense, and this is a good way around it. You need to know the difference. You need to be able to change your verbs and use this. It's also, again, just like question 1, about developing your ideas. If you say you will visit this town because you like this, you say it will be a chance to visit this, to see that, to learn more about history, because history is my favorite subject. It's all about developing your ideas, and these phrases are key. That's why they're must knows. Alors, that helps me too. Cela m'aide à. Can use this as well. I want to go to the beach because that helps me to unwind after a difficult year at school. Cela m'aide à décompresser après avoir passé une année difficile à l'école. Beautiful. That's how to get the 8s and the 9s. That's what the examiner wants. What I like, ce qui me plaît. Remember, we're talking about j'aime alternatives. Nothing wrong with j'aime, but in your speaking work, you want to get the most advanced French you can and the most range, and this is how to show an advanced phrase easily. So if this is what I like, make it negative. Ce qui ne me plaît pas. Beautiful. The examiner will love you being expansive with your French. And then it's good for the mind. C'est bon pour le mental. I can't think of any exam question they can ask you in any context where you couldn't slip that in. Visiting this place is good for your mind. Christmas is good for your mental health. Like, there's so many things you can slip that in. Make sure you do. It will get you top marks. So this is part of what we're doing today. We're going to talk about developing the picture card, but I really want to focus on question 1, that picture and describing what happens. We're going to do a bit of practice for that today. Then we're going to look at some more general questions which will be really helping you as you prepare for your writing assessment, which will be next lesson. You'll do your writing assessment next lesson. I'm going to set homework on that now so you know what this is about. So I'll set homework and then we'll start talking about the speaking assessment. Alors, écoutez-moi bien. Et voilà, pour commencer, I just wanted to set your homework for next week, so you're really clear on what to do, and to set it early, because if I set it at the end of the reading, you might just like run out of time or not watch the end of the video because you'll know what to do. So it's best to set it now. This is for next week. My class, I've emailed you a link to this booklet. We've gone electric with it, my class, because it's just easier to keep them all and it's easier for me to read them all. And if you lose the booklet I gave you at the start of the year, which some of you undoubtedly have, Reese Tanner, this way it doesn't matter. You can't lose it. So what I want you to do is go to the email I sent you, click on the link, and then it will take you to the booklet. You need to go to module 4, which is the module we've been studying. And what I want you to do for your homework is up here. Answer all the questions to prepare for the assessment. Not all the questions in the whole booklet, all the questions in module 4. So it's got 12 here, but I don't think it's that many. All we need to do is answer these questions. Now, some of them, I'm not going to tell you which ones, but out of the 12, 4 will be your real assessment. I'm just not going to tell you which ones it is. And it's exactly the same when you do the real speaking exam. When you're in year 11, I will have this booklet and I will be asking you questions from it. So those of you who've prepared and written really good answers, you're going to smash through the exam. So now is the time to make sure your answers are beautiful. You've thought about it. You can use your books to help you answer these. It's absolutely fine. Make sure you revise, make sure you prepare, get on these key questions for next week for me. Alors, so all of that is for next time for your writing assessment. Today, let's refocus. We're talking about our speaking skills. We're testing our speaking skills and we're looking at the picture card. Absolutely key. 24 marks on the speaking exam. We should be getting a minimum 20 out of 24, every single one of you. Alors donc, how do we do it? Let's have a little look. The first question, right, is the picture. What's happening in the picture? Now, you will have done your role play, which is just 10 marks. This then takes a step to the more difficult part of the exam. Now, the examiner is going to make an impression of you and your spoken French very early on. It's quite hard in the role play. You'll do really well in the role play, but this picture card is when they're thinking, how good is this candidate? What level, what grade am I going to give them? And if you absolutely smash question 1 and you blow them away with how well you describe the picture, that's going to be in their head. They're going to think, wow, this is a good candidate. They're saying something different from the thousands of other people, hundreds of other people I've listened to from all different schools. This candidate sounds really good. That's going to be in their head. That's the impression. And then we can build on that as the exam goes when they think you're top. So question 1 of the picture card, I think is the most crucial question. It's the turning point. It's where the examiner really sees what you can do out of the sort of strict controls of the role play. So to make it perfect, we have to know our key phrases par cœur, off by heart. Donc, on va commencer avec une petite activité. Ici, dans la boîte bleue, vous avez tout le vocabulaire qu'on voit normalement quand on fait le contrôle de picture card. Donc, ici, c'est en français. Dans la boîte rouge, c'est en anglais. Vous savez ce qu'il faut faire, mes petits. Il faut trouver la paire entre le français ici et l'anglais. Voilà, et l'anglais ici. Trouvez la paire entre les deux. Vous avez 2 minutes à faire ça. Put a timer on for 2 minutes and really push yourself. There's a nice extra challenge if you blitz through this well before the 2 minutes. Essayez de traduire. In the photo, one can see a family. They're in the middle of celebrating Christmas. Alors, c'est difficile ça. Put me on pause for 2 minutes. Bon courage. 3, 2, 1. On y va. Alors, mes petits, right, if you've restarted me, Excusez-moi, you're ready for our answers. Let's see what you've got. Let's go for it. So, sur la photo, il y a, j'ai déjà fait. On the photo, there is. On peut voir veut dire j'ai, one can see. So you can say, sur la photo, il y a, aussi on peut voir. Lovely. Like, these are all advanced phrases for the examiner. They'll love it. The examiner loves detail on this picture. So, au premier plan, au deuxième plan, marche bien. Au premier plan veut dire des, in the foreground, which means the thing at the front of the picture. Au deuxième plan, c'est I, in the background. So in the background there's this and that, in the foreground there's this and that. There's a lot more detail if you're breaking up the picture and saying the different levels that you can see. The examiner will love it. This is another key phrase. Numéro 5, j'imagine que c'est l'été car veut dire B. I imagine it's in summer as. So you always need to say the weather. It's one of our SWAM keywords. I mean, you don't know it's a picture, but this is great. I imagine that it's, and then say the month, or you could say the season as. The examiner will love that, and then put the weather in. That's extra detail that's going to get you a top mark. Number 6 is an absolutely key phrase, and it's something, right, in this speaking exam, people don't do this, and all I do is sit the other side of them and like nod and smile, like, yeah, you're doing well, but inside my head I'm like, you idiot, you don't do that. So people say like, ils jouaient au foot, can't believe that. They to play football, you can't say that in French. So a good phrase to learn, this a high level, A-level phrase, is this: il est en train de, or elle est en train de, or ils sont en train de, which means he is in the middle of, or she is in the middle of, or they are in the middle of, depending on how you can conjugate the verb. And then you can just put your infinitive. Ils sont en train de jouer. Il est en train de faire. Voilà, donc ça veut dire c'est, he's in the middle of. Now this is a key phrase. It means they're in the middle of doing something. They're in the middle of shopping. They're in the middle of eating. They're in the middle of playing. The examiner will love this phrase, and it will stop the problem of people not conjugating their verb in the present correctly. Just say il est en train de, elle est en train de, ils sont en train de, and then just say whichever infinitive you want. Easy, high level, the examiner will love it. So you need to say what activity they're doing. I also want their emotion, so you need to learn this. This is a beautiful phrase in French. Numéro 7, il a l'air content, c'est H. He seems happy. So to seem in French, you say they have the air, like the air around them is giving off like a vibe. And this one is content, happy. Donc c'est la même chose pour numéro 8. Ils ont l'air stressés, c'est A. They seem stressed, literally. They have the air stressed, so around them is like a stressful feeling. That's how you say it. Always say their emotion. Learn these two phrases. Il a l'air, he seems. Elle a l'air, she seems. Ils ont, or elles ont l'air, they seem. It's so easy to do, and no matter what picture you can, usually it's number 7. They're always almost like usually happy in these pictures. You can use that. Guys, these phrases are so good for you. Alors, numéro 9, la photo veut dire. Et numéro 10, la photo nous montre que. This is the last part of our question 1. We do SWAM. The very last part is the trickiest part. It's the message. Now, to get the top mark, the examiner wants you to see you being analytical, and this is how to do it, telling me what the photo wants to say. Now, a lot of the time, it's a very boring picture about something stupid and not important, like some kids playing football or some people in a town. What does that mean? But you have to go and say, this shows that visiting towns is exciting, visiting towns is interesting, sport is very important for your mental health. Just something deep, just to show the examiner that you've thought deeply about this, and to show them that you're analysing the picture and the message and why it's been used. Donc, la photo veut dire, c'est J. The photo intends to show. Et numéro 10, la photo nous montre que. The photo shows us that. These are two absolutely key phrases you've got to use and got to know. Right, guys, give yourself a mark out of 10. If you got into extra challenge, you'd have to use some of these 10 phrases to do this. In the photo, one can see a family. Donc, sur la photo, on peut voir une famille. Ils sont en train de fêter Noël. Voila, look at that. So this is a beautiful sentence. I remember this picture card that I took this sentence from last year. On the photo, one can see a family. They are in the middle of celebrating Christmas. This phrase is absolutely key. This is ideal. The examiner will love it. You've got to know these phrases inside out. And we do this in class. I put it on the board and you will look at it and copy it down. You won't have that for your GCSE. You've got to know these inside out, which is where our next task comes in. Alors mes petits, donc vous savez ce qu'il faut faire. Plier la feuille, plutôt cacher activité 1. Donc tu ne peux pas voir activité 1. Et voici, maintenant je vous donne 4 minutes. Donc 2 fois le temps de première activité. Cette fois, il faut compléter la phrase. Puis, il faut trouver la paire entre le français et l'anglais. Donc compléter et trouver la paire pour moi, s'il vous plaît. C'est beaucoup plus difficile. Vous avez un défi additionnel ici. Put me on pause now, guys. 4 minutes. When you're ready, restart the video. We'll go through the answers. Et voilà, maintenant, c'est la même activité, mais cette fois, j'ai pris le vocabulaire. Pardon, j'ai pris les lettres ici. Donc, il faut compléter la phrase. Puis, après, il faut trouver la paire entre les phrases ici et la lettre ici. Je vais vous donner 4 minutes pour faire ça parce que c'est beaucoup plus difficile. Ici, vous avez la défi additionnel. Put your timers on 4 minutes, guys. Put me on pause. Good luck. See what you can do. Alors, right, guys, if you restarted me, you're ready for the answers for this. A lot trickier. Let's go through it. Donc, numéro 1, sur la photo, il y a key phrase. Everyone starts a speaking exam for question 1 with that. Sur la photo, il y a. Love it. This is what you need to do. Add as well. Add some variety. On peut voir, or on peut voir aussi, and add some things. Then you'll get even more marks to really go into depth about this photo. Donc, utilisez au premier plan, au deuxième plan. Le cinquième, we talked about this phrase. To say like people seem as in their emotions, you say they have the air about them. Il a l'air content, is he seems happy. Elles ont l'air stressées, they seem stressed. Guys, you have to say people's emotions. The examiner will love it. Alors, numéro 7, j'imagine que c'est l'été car always talk about the weather. It's one of our SWAM key things. And tell me what season you think it is. It doesn't have to be right, just use it. The examiner will love it. Numéro 8, this is tough, there's more gaps than letters here. Il est en train de, and then use your infinitive. Don't change that verb. So easy there in the middle of playing, doing, watching, eating. This is the key A-level phrase. Then, numéro 9, remember, talk about the message. La photo veut dire U, la photo nous montre que. This is what you need to do at the end to show your analysis, to show the examiner your deeper thinking. All right, the extra challenge. The festival shows us that the photo shows us that festivals are important. La photo nous montre que les fêtes sont importantes. And that sort of key phrase would make your question 1 perfect. Full marks, and every single mark for a GCSE counts. This is how to get full marks. After today's lesson, you should be getting full marks for question 1 at least. We're going to look at question 1 in a tiny bit more detail, and then we're going to branch it out and we're going to do a full picture card. Alors mes petits, so the picture card, how does it work? What we need to produce? We're going to look at this, but question 1 is the key target for today. And this is what question 1 looks like. You've seen this slide so many times, right? But soon, when you get into year 11, you won't see this anymore. I'll give it you for a poster for your room, and that's it. You won't see it when we do picture cards. You'll be expected to know this, to be able to use this, to be happy with it. So when you close your eyes, year 10, I want you to have practiced this so much that this is burned on the inside of your eyelids. This is all you see when you shut your eyes. So over here, we've got what we can see. Look at the start. Start here and work your way down. So sur la photo, il y a au premier plan, au deuxième plan, il y a des jeunes, des enfants. What are they wearing? So where is it? What are they wearing? What's the weather like? Simple. Then, what activity are they doing? You know this key phrase. Il est en train de, ils sont en train de, and then tell me what they're doing. tell me their emotion, which is all this language down here that we just talked about. You just need to learn all this. These are the only 4 emotions you'll ever see in a GCSE picture card, so learn them so you know them. And then finally, what's the message? What's the deeper meaning? You've got a picture here of a town in France and people visiting it. They might be tourists, so if visiting town is fun, or anything like that, visiting historical monuments is amazing. Whatever you want to say, you can do. That's what it's all about today. Let's look at question 1. Let's practice this so you can get it perfect. Alors donc, on va faire une petite activité toute seule. Normalement, quand on fait pique-nique, il faut travailler avec vos partenaires. Mais tu n'as pas de partenaire chez toi. Donc, ce qu'il faut faire, il faut mettre un minuteur pour 30 secondes. Je vais faire 30 secondes ici. Et en 30 secondes, il faut commencer ici et il faut dire la phrase et répéter la phrase et ajouter la prochaine phrase. Et après, commencer ici encore et faire 1, 2, 3. Et retour au début, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Il faut ajouter la boîte en 30 secondes. Par exemple, je vais mettre un minuteur pour 30 secondes maintenant. Et voilà, donc 30 secondes. My time is ticking down. I'm going to go for it. So, sur la photo au deuxième plan, il y a, back to the start, say it again. Sur la photo au deuxième plan, il y a des monuments historiques. Back to the start. 15 seconds left. Sur la photo au deuxième plan, il y a des monuments historiques. Sur la photo au premier plan. Okay, back to the start. Sur la photo au deuxième plan, il y a des monuments historiques. Sur la photo au premier plan, il y a des touristes. Alright, you can hear my timer. Whoops, I missed that il y a here. You'll have to add il y a. So, after 30 seconds, I'm going to take away the first bit. Et voilà. And I have to start again at the start, and then we go for it. Donc, sur la photo au premier plan, il y a des monuments historiques. Sur la photo au premier plan, il y a des touristes. Ils portent des t-shirts, etc. After 30 seconds, I'll take it away and take it away and take it away. I've timed it on the slide, so you don't need to do, well, all you need to do is start from the first box and keep adding, and I'll take away. So, good luck everyone. Next slide, I'm going to go back to the start, and I'm going to start taking it away. Alors mes petits, 30 seconds, start from the first box. On y va. Dix secondes. Et 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Et continuez mes petits, on y va. Allez. Quinze secondes. Et 5, 3, 2, 1. Continuez mes petits, on y va. Allez, 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 allez. Et 5. Et voilà. Et continuez mes petits. Right, I'll drop the time to 25 seconds now. Bon courage, on y va. Dix. 5. Et 3, 2, 1. Continuez mes petits. Et voilà, right guys, last time, 25 seconds till we change it from the top. Bon courage, on y va. 10 et 5, 4 et 3, 2, 1 et c'est fini mes petits. Right guys, how well did you do? Do you want to see a master at work? Sur la photo au deuxième plan, il y a des monuments historiques. Sur la photo au premier plan, il y a des touristes. Ils portent des t-shirts et des shorts. J'imagine que c'est l'été parce qu'il fait chaud. Ils sont en train de visiter le ville. Ils ont l'air contents parce que ils font les vacances. Je pense que la photo veut dire qu'aller en ville est formidable. Voilà, that's how it's done. That would be a full mark answer. And if you remember this and you can use this, you're going to blow the examiner away. They're going to give you full marks for this. And more than just the marks on the picture card, you're going to set the impression of a top candidate. And then with the rest of your beautiful speaking, you need to build on that and impress the examiner, which is what we're going to look at now. Alors, right guys, question 1 in the bag. You know how it works. Let's have a look at the other questions and what you need to do. So you know how this works. You've got some questions. One question secret. You've got 12 minutes to work through. In that 12 minutes then, you're not allowed anything to help you, and that's what we're going to do today. No dictionary, no book, nothing. You're in BB8A, the little sixth form room at the bottom of the languages corridor, and you just get an A4 sheet of paper and you need to write as much as you can to answer these questions on that A4 sheet of paper as possible, because you bring that into the exam, and when I hit you with the questions you can read it out, which is like a lifeline. People love it. That's what we're going to do today as well. Remember our mark scheme. First off, this is what you cannot do. I don't think I know anyone in year 10 who would be at this level at the moment anyway. You're far too good for it. But just so you know the warnings, single word answers, absolutely not. Straightforward opinions. J'aime parce que c'est. No, you cannot use them. You've got to develop more. Think about a poster note starter. C'est la médaille, c'est l'occasion de. That is your ticket out of red zone. Make sure you know those off by heart so you can use it. Much hesitation, you shouldn't be hesitating. You've got it written down, you know what to say, and you've planned it. And then past, present and future, you've done loads of work on them. They've got to be perfect. Let's look at the better ladder up to success, baby. There he is. So this is what you need to do to get the very top marks, which everyone in my class last year did. Literally every single one of them. This is what they had. Good pronunciation, all of you have got that. And intonation, how you pronounce things. Inaccuracies are minimal. You will have that. Little hesitation, confident, fluid. That's what you need to be. Obviously, you're going to be nervous. You're doing an exam, but you've got to sound confident in your French, and it's got to sound fluid. If you go sur la photo, il y a absolument pas. It's rubbish. You can do it. You need to show your confidence and make it sound beautiful. Those two bits I think we got in the bag year 10. This is where it's going to go a lot more tricky. Students give lots of opinions, justify them, and add examples and narration. So here I've got le foot me plaît car, ça veut dire j'aime. Football pleases me because it's good for your mental health. I forget my worries. There we go. That's a really nice key. I could even add to that. Par exemple, j'ai beaucoup d'examens maintenant et j'ai beaucoup de stress. Mais quand je joue au foot, j'oublie tout le stress. Easy. You can all do that. That's the step to get a top mark. That's what I want to hear today. So first question, as we've been through, is always the same question. If you prepare and if you learn all the things we show you now, you'll smash whatever photo they give you. So here we go. This is it for today. Obviously, you're in control of this video. So when you're doing question 1, you can rewind to this, you can look at it, or you can try without it today, completely down to you. But you must know this slide, this poster off by heart. Because if you know these phrases and you know exactly what to say, I'm basically giving you the answers to one question in your exam. You just have to change it out a bit. You'd be an idiot to not learn it. This is question 1, what we've been working so hard on today. I expect some really nice question 1s from you lot today. Alors, and this is your card for today. So put me on pause. I've got a few little boxes. I've not told you the answers. I'll tell you them when I go through it. But I've just got some things to make you think and to sort of coach you through this. This is our picture for today. This is our picture card. Put me on pause. see if you can work out what questions they're asking you today down here. So here's our questions. What are they trying to ask you? Put me on pause. I'll go through it in a minute. On y va. Alors mes petits, right, let's look at these questions, and I just want to give you some coaching as to what you'll need to do. Now, this is coaching to get you thinking, because when you do this in the real exam, you're on your own. You'll get a picture card, you'll sit down in BBA and you'll have 12 minutes to work it out, and I want you to think back to this moment and prepare yourself and think about what you need to do. So here we go. Here's the photo. First question is always the same, so don't spend any time on it. Description de la photo. You know what question 1 is. Get describing this. Spend at least 2 minutes writing out your answer, getting everything you can from what we've worked at today for question 1. La deuxième. Now, they usually ask like an opinion question, and here this was a really nasty one, which is why I've chosen it for you guys. So, circulation dans ta ville, ton opinion. Now, if you don't know what circulation is, you are absolutely toast, mate. Circulation, think about your body's circulation. It's the blood and everything moving around your body. So in a town, it's cars. It is traffic. The traffic in your town, your opinion. Now you might think, so we didn't do a lesson on traffic in town. Of course we didn't. They're asking for a general opinion, and they're testing you on how well you can give opinions, how well you can develop your answers, and what you can say. So, first off, you need to use our opinion phrases. Alors, donc, si je dirais que la circulation dans ma ville, you need to think about giving an opinion. What is traffic like in Sutton? Well, it's a zone piétonne, which means it's a pedestrian zone. That's a beautiful piece of language. So you can say the traffic is bad, but in the center of town, it's a zone piétonne. What's your opinion of that? Like, I like it because, I don't like it because, what I like is this, what I like is that, pollution is very dangerous. And then here we go, you can add more detail to it and talk about what you want. What is public transport like in Sutton? There's lots of trains, people don't really drive. How would you improve it? What would you improve in Sutton? What do you think of the buses? All of this stuff is fair game for question 2. It's all about giving high level opinions, and what we just looked at on this, like the previous few slides, developing your ideas and how to do that. All right, une visite en ville que tu as fait. There's always a question in the past tense, and there it is. So a visit to town that you've done. You don't have to say, I went to Sutton and I went to JD's and I looked at the trainers. I want you be more expansive and really go for it. What was that? Could you name a nice, like, interesting town or place you've been? Maybe abroad. Maybe talk about the centre of London. What was the weather like? So you can say, oh, last week it was really sunny and it was really hot. So I decided to visit Brighton. Beautiful. In Brighton, there are loads of restaurants, there's loads of pubs, there is this, there is that. I played on the games, or, you know, there's so much you can say and you can do. And there, the examiner's inviting you to be interesting. Loads of people will say, je suis allé en ville et je suis allé au cinéma et j'ai mangé un KFC. J'adore le poulet parce que c'est délicieux. Awful. That ain't going to get a grade 3 at GCSE. Do not fall into that trap. Don't talk about your boring lives, year 10. You need to really push the boat out and stand out and say something different. Talk about the weather. Talk about what you did. Do something interesting and exciting to make you stand out, because you want to get a higher mark than everyone else in the country. So you'll have to say something more interesting, more engaging than them. And then our last one, une destination idéale à visiter à l'avenir. Future tense. An ideal destination to visit in the future. Think about like previous modules in year 9. Could you talk about ideal holidays? I would like to visit this place because I would love to go there because there's this, there's that. I would do this, I would do that. It is always sunny. That there's so much you can say. Add in as much detail and make sure you get it all in the future tense. So this is your card for today. We've gone through the questions and I've given you some ideas as to what I want to see and what you need to say. Alors mes petits, you have 12 minutes to prepare this picture card. Vous savez ce qu'il faut faire. Ici, j'ai les consignes de examen qui veut dire like exam conditions. Voilà, donc ça veut dire pas de cahier. N'utilisez pas du cahier. N'utilisez pas des dictionnaires ou de Google ou de Word Reference. N'utilisez rien. Tu es toute seule aujourd'hui et pas de feuille de vocabulaire. Tu es toute seule. Do it as a test to really test yourself, see where you are. Because if you think, I'm really no good at this, I don't know any of that question 1, that's a good use of this lesson time to say, right, I need to practice this. See what you're like writing on the spot, because it's no good just doing it and using your book and using the vocab. It might feel good today and you might think, I'm really good at this, but you're tricking yourself. In less than 12 months time, in 11 months time actually, we do this exam straight after Easter. You'll be doing this exam for real. Now, you want to have the feeling and know what it's like to do this exam and have built your confidence up through practicing. If you don't, you're never going to be confident for that exam. Imagine a marathon, right? And like you've got to run 28 miles and in your training, you walk it and then you say, yeah, it's easy to do that. Yeah, and you've never actually done the full marathon experience. You're not going to be confident starting that marathon. It's going to be difficult. Whereas if you can run 30 miles and you've done that 20 times, you think, I'll smash this. I do this all the time. That's what this is about. So yes, it'll be hard today, but it'll be good for you to push you and learn. So put your timer on 12 minutes on your phone. You've got the questions. You've got the picture card. We've talked about question 1. You need to get on it. I'm after 1 minute. So when you're speaking, you need to go up to 1 minute. That's pretty much standard for this exam. 1 minute and 30 is above standard. 2 minutes or more, you're looking at a top mark. Obviously, it depends on what you say. You can't just talk gibberish French and expect to get a good mark. But 2 minutes, that would be a really good amount of time to spend with 12 minutes prep. So put me on pause. You got 12 minutes. Bon courage. On y va. Alors mes petits, right guys, so if you're listening to me now, you had your 12 minutes and you're ready to perform. So when you perform, read out what you've got, time, how long it takes you. And just remember, like in the exam, I'll have to ask you the questions and there's a secret question at the end, so it will be a bit longer than what you've got. A minute is the target for your first 4 questions. When you're doing it, think about what colour you give yourself for your answer. Would you be red, amber, green or gold? And be honest with yourself. Think about how well you develop. Do you give examples? Do you justify your opinions? Do you nail the past tense and the future tense? Or are you not sure when you got to those questions how to do those tenses? That's what you need to think about, and you need to be honest with yourself and set a target. If you didn't know the past and future, those videos are on YouTube. You can click on them right now and have a little watch and go through the theory for them to get yourself going. If you don't think you justified or didn't do question 1, well, you've got this PowerPoint which has got some practice on it. So it's all about you pushing yourself and practicing. So pause me again, perform, think about where you are on the ladder to success. Hello, right guys, fantastic effort today. It must be really hard for you to work like this at home, and I know like you would have written some really nice French today, and I'd love to hear it and listen to it and read it, and like I really missed that about school and seeing you guys do some brilliant French. So hopefully this has helped you out. You're feeling more confident for the picture card. We will do a speaking in year 10 whenever we're back. It is the priority of the school, and I know it'd be tough, but you'll feel so much more confident about it. And in year 10, this is what it's all about. Yes, you're on good GCSEs, and we're always talking about the grades in year 11 because it's important for you to get a good grades so you can get on in life. But remember, I want you to be confident French speakers. So when you're 30, 40, 50, you go to France, these speaking activities mean you're confident enough to talk to French people and use your French for the rest of your days. That's what we want to do. So bon effort aujourd'hui. Hope you've enjoyed the lesson, guys. Keep working hard. Write an assessment next time. Alors, merci. Au revoir.